Hi everyone, welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. I'm your host, Barbara Marville Kelly, and today we are on location at the Hampton Inn right here in Oldsmar. And my very first guest just happens to be Shelley McCardle. Welcome.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
I'll tell you, I learned a lot about this hotel just before the show, and it's great to have you on to dive in a little bit deeper on why people want to come here.
Sure, absolutely.
So whether they're traveling or not, vacationing in sunny Florida, or even the locals, the businesses for meeting rooms. So share with us some of the great features and benefits of the Hampton.
Sure, absolutely. Thank you so much. I will say that we are in a really ideal location. Our property sort of sits right in between the beaches in Tampa. So we're a little bit off the beaten path, but we're definitely a great location for anyone going to those areas. And we're kind of right in between. So if you're looking to explore both sides of the bay, we are ideal for that.
That is so perfect, because I think for those people that maybe aren't familiar with Florida, they want to come here, they want to be wine and dined, which we'll talk about in just a second here, but also to be close to the different amenities when you do come to Florida, and the beaches are a big draw. And then traveling too, so that,
Right.
you know, with time being our most valuable commodity, we don't want to be driving all over the place.
No, completely agree. Go ahead.
We're both excited here about this hotel, but you were saying too that you have an in-house chef.
We do. That's one of the things that is really great about our property. It's definitely unique to our property. Most Hampton Inn locations, they do not offer, the larger meeting space. So we have just over 3,000 square feet of meeting space, which is ideal, for social events, also for company meetings. So we have our own in-house chef. We have catering on site that we offer. And, in Oldsmar, we are the biggest meeting space, here among all of the hotels here in Oldsmar. So it's definitely unique and not something you would typically find at a Hampton. So we want people to know that we're here.
You know, that's so true, and that's one of the reasons why we're interviewing you on My Chamber TV, so that we can let you know what's happening in this wonderful community of Oldsmar. And it is the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce that we do at least once a month to bring to you the local businesses and really allow you to see what's happening in the community. So let's talk a little bit more about the number of rooms that you have here. This is, from what I understand, the largest in the Oldsmar community. So
It sure is, yes.
Yeah, tell me about that.
Sure. So we do offer standard size rooms. We do offer suites as well. We can accommodate many different types of groups. Sometimes we have sporting groups that come in and they need those additional beds, and we have pull-out sofas in our suites. And then again, also they may need some meeting space, for the team to prepare for their events that are coming up. So we have 113 rooms, and we love every group that comes in,
So the largest room would house approximately how many?
So with our suites, if you were to have a double queen suite, for example, you'd be able to accommodate 6 people.
Okay, and the meeting rooms?
The meeting rooms, again, just over 3,000 square feet of space there. If you do utilize the full ballroom, we can accommodate approximately 200 people for a reception style event.
That's very nice.
It is, yes. And we've actually held some of the smaller weddings here. We were able to hold the actual ceremony on one side of our ballroom and then the reception on the other side of the ballroom for about 50 people. So certainly those events that are smaller, more private events, definitely we can do both.
And with doing the chamber events is very, very exciting. This is like perfect because the chamber's right around the corner.
It is. We really, we're thankful that they're right there.
Yeah.
And we do hold events for them here as well. We're able to do some networking events, some luncheons, and it gives us an opportunity to really connect with the other businesses that are in the area as well. So it's been a great experience.
I'm just thinking about Oldsmar Days coming up, right?
Yeah.
And people coming down here just for that. I mean, that's going to be right around the corner as well. Everything's like right here in the hub, the pulse, the heartbeat of Oldsmar.
That's right, absolutely. And we're just right there, very near to it also. We really enjoy being a part of that, and they're really, Oldsmar is very unique, and it's a very small town feel. So it really makes it, an intimate experience for everyone that's in the area, and even people coming from out of the area,
Yeah.
to come and experience that. So.
I was just saying that when we were driving down here, and my husband dropped me off, and I said, this is the coolest town to live in. It really is. And with all the businesses, the camaraderie with everyone here, it just makes it a great place to be. Now, you have a philosophy for the Hampton. What is it? I love it.
I do, and it's not just for the Hampton. It is for Hilton. It's actually Conrad Hilton's vision, and that is to fill the earth with the light and warmth of hospitality.
Very
and
nice.
that is what we aim to do every day. And I will say that that is something that I aim for personally, but it also is evident in the experiences that you have, especially here at the Hampton. And our team members, they really go above and beyond. They want to make sure that you feel welcome. They want to make sure that no matter what you've experienced in your day, that we can turn that around for you.
That is so great.
So.
And people do look to vacation and go somewhere where they are going to feel more relaxed and feel pampered. And I get
Right.
that feeling here. I mean, being greeted, just coming in and
Right.
getting ready to shoot our show today was really awesome. Now, you've been a member with the Chamber of Commerce for how long?
So the hotel is approximately 7 years old, and we have been a member of the chamber since the hotel was built. So
That's
yeah,
great.
we're
That's so
excited
great.
to be involved.
Now, do you personally get involved with some of the events, or you have someone that go to the chamber events?
We do. They have held, for example, some economic development forums here at the hotel, and it's a great opportunity to see and hear from other members of the chamber what they experience on an individual basis within their business. And it's also important to be able to express, what we experience here too. And it really, it gives a greater outcome
Sure.
for the industry, for Oldsmar to be able to continue to develop economically.
So what made you go into the hotel business? It's been a good little while for you, hasn't it?
It has, yes. So January was 15 years for me, all with Hilton. And I think it really just comes down to, who you are as an individual and a person. And for me, I want to be genuine with everyone. I want people to feel comfortable and that they can ask me a question no matter what, and I'll give them an honest answer, but also make sure that they're, comfortable in knowing that I am who I am.
That's great.
So hospitality is a passion for me, and I'm sure it will continue to be for the rest of my life.
You said the key word right there. Hospitality is your passion.
It is.
And that's your way of giving back, and you get to live that in your position here as
I do.
a salesperson. You're out there in the front line with people.
Absolutely. I'm very fortunate to be able to do what I love, and I try to make sure that shines through every single day, in every person that I interact with. So.
See, doesn't that... Now, I'll tell you, if that isn't a selling point of wanting to come in here, I do not know what is. So what are some of your favorite things? What is a day like for you with your clients?
For me personally, my position, I am very detail oriented and driven, but I love just to be able to hear with the clients what it is that they're looking to accomplish. And again, it ranges. We have corporate events here. We have meetings here. We also have scrapbooking events here.
Do
have
you? Cool.
Quilters who come in.
Really?
And they just really enjoy being able to share their passion with each other and have that sort of community feel. And they'll be here for an entire weekend and just enjoy their time, enjoy chatting while they're quilting, and even have their events catered. So it allows them to be able to really do everything within one building, and they love it. They love it, and I love just being able to help them accomplish that.
Well, I was going to say that has to be really interesting. I bet you don't have 2 days alike.
No, definitely not. Every day is different. The thing that remains the same, of course, is the hospitality.
Of course, of course.
But every day is very different, and I just enjoy getting to know the individual and creating that connection.
Well, and learning so much. I mean, I could just think of a quilter weekend or a scrapbooking weekend. You're probably learning things that maybe you didn't even know before from some of your residents.
Absolutely. You know, you never know what you're going to get, what kind of group is interested. And, you know, from a cultural perspective, it's really unique and interesting, and I love that. I love being able to learn about these individuals and what, you know, again, what they're passionate about. And every day is a new day.
I love to hear that too. It makes life even more interesting. So we have just less than 2 minutes remaining, and I wanted to hear how the chamber has actually had an impact on the hotel.
Sure. I mean, again, they have been very instrumental in sort of creating this connection among the businesses within Oldsmar, and being able to have those conversations that are really impactful for the businesses, including ours, is a really great opportunity, and we're very thankful for that. And I think that you know, they'll continue to do that, and they're going to grow from it, I know, and we're excited to be a part of that and to be able to continue to help Oldsmar grow, and, you know, to provide the residents and the individuals visiting Oldsmar with what they want and what makes them happy.
Sure,
and,
exactly.
You know, so we're excited.
And there's so much to do in Oldsmar, and now you don't ever have to worry where you're going to stay, because if you're looking for that hospitality and you're looking for someone that's going to really take you by the hand and just show you the way of a great hotel, I mean, this is the way to go, and I would recommend it. It's beautiful here. You should come down, and being one of the largest one with the meeting rooms and all for the Oldsmar area. So I suggest that you give us a call down here at the Hampton.
Yes.
We're offering the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce today. We're on location right here at the hotel. I want to thank you so much, my dear.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
All right, and thank you for joining us. We're going to be back with more with My Chamber TV in just a second. Hi everyone, welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the community. I'm your host, Barbara Marville Kelly. Thanks for joining us. We are on location promoting the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce right here at the Hampton in the city of Oldsmar. I am so excited for our next two guests because we have Jen Andrews, and we've done shows before with the Chamber, haven't we?
Yes, we have, a long time ago.
But not with our girlfriend.
Not with my girl here.
Oh my goodness, and this is Saskia?
Saskia, she is.
Saskia, and you have the Canine Heroes for Our Heroes. It's a 501c3 nonprofit.
Yes, ma'am.
And you've been doing this since 2017, right? So I sense this passion with you. You're also a German Shepherd breeder, correct?
I am a German Shepherd breeder as well.
Okay, let's talk. Why did you go into this? How are these dogs helping others? I love it. I love her.
Yeah, well, you know, we became a 501c3 in September of 2017. But I started a little before that, just learning how to do things. The reason why, and I'll tell you, that's where it all came from. I wanted to serve my country in some way. Personally, I never served in the military, but I live in this great country. We have freedom of everything we want. So I'm a single mom, and I'm able to succeed and fail and do things and just recreate my life if I want. And there's no other country you can do that in but the United States of America. So for me, how do I serve my country? How do I serve the people that take care of us? I wanted to do what I know how to do and give back. So I said, you know what? They go fight our wars. They keep us free. We have first responders here that as we run in out of the house because our houses are on fire, they're running in. So let me take care of our own when they come back and they need us. So my vision was every serviceman, and my mission still is, every veteran and first responder that needs a service dog will get one. Because we live in this awesome community where the Chamber's a big part of it, and we do so much for our community. Well, now we take care of, you know what I mean? We're bonded. So that's pretty much my why. I want to give back. I'm a free American, and I'm proud.
God bless you. We're both going to tear up here in just a second because I'm right there with you. You're fulfilling your passion, and I couldn't agree more than every single point that you brought forward.
Thank you.
And you are giving back, and this is just another way to do that, to bring this into the lives of those who have fought for our country.
Well, it really does. It gives them a sense of security. You know,
Yeah.
you see her and she looks at me and she stares at me. We have a bond.
Yes, you do.
She knows what's going on. I don't have to say anything.
No.
She'll look at me. You know, I'll get up and walk. We're together. And so I'm not alone in life.
No, you're not.
I also have someone that reminds me to take my medicines because I'm pretty bad at that. And she'll be, hey, Mom, you know, and so for me, you know, training a service dog for a veteran, for instance, that won't go to school to pick up his child because they're screaming, there's bells. We can train a service dog to be his partner in life together, and from there, he knows someone's got his back, so that bell isn't going to affect him. So now this veteran can show up, pick his kid up from school, and you know what I'm saying? Just they allow freedom to get their lives back, to do things that they weren't comfortable doing.
That's amazing. This is really raising the awareness for us out there. How does that work?
Well, she's laying on her.
Okay.
And then she's making you laugh and smile. That's exactly how it works.
She's great.
She just did it to you, and you don't even, you know what I'm saying?
She knows there's a tear in my eye right now.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. This is Sasuke, everyone. So how does this work for, you know, a veteran that needs...
So we have a veteran and a first responder come and apply. They send us, we have a case manager that's a licensed social worker that makes sure everything's done properly. We check for, you know, with veterans, we check, you know, honorable discharge and that type of stuff, what their needs are going to be physically or emotionally. We also, you know, and then from there, we give them the application, they fill it out. Once we receive the application, they get a dog trainer that goes to their home and determines what type of dog would fit their needs. We have a 6-foot-tall Navy SEAL. He needs mobility help. We're not going to get a small Chihuahua to help him. It won't work.
No.
So that's how we know what dog type we need. From there, we go to our partners with the humane societies. We're partnered with lots of nonprofits that rescue dogs, and we can call and say, hey, we're looking for a dog that's about a year old, possibly a lab. What do we have? And so once we find within those organizations a dog, we rescue that dog. We bring it in, we test it for service dog if they pass. If they pass, we continue the training. And if they start slacking off, we rehome the dog to somewhere proper that would take care of them. But if they continue to pass all our testings, once they're trained for exactly what the veteran or first responder needs, we give it to them. We stay with them and the dog entirely for life. Unfortunately, dogs don't live 100 years like we'd like for them to, so they're going to need a service dog in the future.
Sure.
So we don't give them their service dog and say bye. We stay. We have, like I said, a caseworker and a dog trainer that's always looking for how the dogs are doing and how our veterans are doing and our first responders. And that's how our process works.
So it's a win-win for the dog and the veteran, and you stay with us. So the veteran has that comfort zone. They don't have to live in what-if land, like what if something happens to their baby, because you're there with a caseworker to follow up, follow through, and make sure that they have the continuum of this partner.
Well, yeah, once they join our pack, they belong to our pack.
I love it.
We take care of our own, again, as Americans and as pack animals.
Yes.
So, yeah, they say if the relationship doesn't work, we get them, we continue, we find a way, we make it happen. That's just pretty much it, really.
Gosh, this is so exciting. And so they basically fill out an application and go from there.
You have to have served in the military, and then also been a first responder. We just need, you know, documentation that says, and a doctor's note that says, this person's life will benefit from having a service dog.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know.
Because, you know, a service dog, and here's the stigma, is a medical alert device. So
yes.
you know, people don't understand, like, I'm not going to come pet your pacemaker if you have one, like, oh, this is so cute. Whereas with a service dog, it's, you know, it's important to know that it's a medical alert device and they should always be accessible to everyone, because that's what our veterans need.
Well, you have been here for at least an hour or more waiting for the studio to get all put together here, and she has not been on a lead.
No.
She's been just, I mean, and she does not take her eye off of you at all.
We're connected.
I know. That is so fabulous. Now, how old is Saskia?
Saskia will be 4 this month, like I think at the end, the 23rd, 4 on the 23rd. Man, that's what it is. It's a relationship.
Yeah.
But then again, when this jacket comes off, don't leave a peanut butter and jelly sandwich on the counter. Don't walk away from a steak, because you're going to walk back. She becomes, like I said, family. But when she's working as any service dog, when they have their uniform on, they know.
They know.
But when it's off, forget it.
That's really a fun story to hear about that. But she is truly, truly amazing. So, you're also a German Shepherd breeder
Yes,
as
ma'am.
well. And how long have you been doing that?
Geez, I have 4 shepherds personally myself, probably for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
Been kind of getting it going. Yep.
That's-
I'm a German Shepherd breeder, but I believe in rescuing. So for me, I have a love of this breed, and I make sure this breed stays the way it should be. But I also know that, you know, we there's so many dogs out there that need help, and that's why my organization, we rescue them as well. So it's a little bit of both, but the German Shepherd breeding is something that I love this breed. I just can't help it. They're not like people. It's not a dog-person relationship. It's more of they know.
It's nature.
It's any shepherd owner will tell you it's different. It really very much is.
That is so fabulous. Well, you can clearly see that you're fulfilling your passion. That you're definitely doing.
I am.
And
I'm
really,
happy.
and you know what? That's what life is about. And you're giving back, which even puts you in a higher driver's seat, because
Thank you.
are, and fulfilling your passion, being happy, helping others be happy. And I never quite heard about it as a medical alert device, but it's true. It's true. So do you know offhand how many dogs you've placed?
We have placed about 15 dogs. Some have worked. We're still working with them. It just, you know, we have 5 really good success stories. We have 4 dogs that failed, and we're still trying to, but just like people, dogs aren't meant for everything.
Sure.
So,
sure.
but you know, we're doing well. I make sure I'm not in a rush. I want to do a good job. I build on rock, not sand. So if we need to go slow to perfect it, that's what we're doing.
Well, I mean, you're doing an amazing job. I can't get over the behavior of this gal. She's just as...
She sat on your foot the whole time, so
I
you
know. What's up with that? And yeah, exactly.
She knows you need some loving, clearly.
She does. She's precious. Hello. Yes, hello. She is gorgeous.
She's working. I want this job, you know?
Yeah, she does. Yeah, me too, right?
Yep.
So you've been a member of the chamber for how long?
Probably, this is my first year with this chamber.
Oh, very good, very good. And so how has it been working? I can only imagine the love that you're getting no matter what event.
It used to be me in my 20s, but now I figure it's the dogs that I have with me, because people are always like, hey. But, you know, the chamber, how has the chamber helped us? The chamber has one very special thing that I don't think any other chamber has, and it's a Wendy. Wendy is in charge of the nonprofit. She's a nonprofit liaison, and she has plugged us in. She has said, hey, come to this, you know, just helped us. And it's like there's someone in the chamber that is actively working to help us at the same time as me trying to work with the chamber as well. And you don't find that in a lot of chambers at all. They care.
Right. And this chamber is different.
It is. It really is.
And I mean, if you have a business, you must check out the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber. I mean, you can just feel the love coming right through this screen, and you are a delight. I love interviewing people that has a passion for what they're doing. And today I think we're finding more people, more business owners that are going down that purposeful life. Don't you?
Well, absolutely. I mean, there are a lot of us out here that are very proud to be American. And again, we take care of our own people, and that's just kind of how I do it. And I'm proud.
You are proud, and I'm proud of you.
you.
God bless you, and God bless you, Saskia. I can't wake you up for anything, can I?
Maybe a treat.
She's planted on my, well, you just have to leave her here, that's all. We'll take her. Well, you're a delight, and you can get a hold of Jen very, very easily. What's your phone number, quick?
813-410-9323.
Don't wait. Give her a call if you know someone that could use this puppy love. We'll be back
Thank you.
right after this. Thank you, love.
Thanks.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community, and today we are featuring the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, Barbara Marville Kelly. Thanks for joining us. And our next guest is Richard Osterude with Epic 180. And just before the show, I asked you why you named your business Epic 180.
Well, basically, we named it Epic 180 because we want to make a change. We want businesses to be our clients. We want them to be epic. We want them to be a change from being so-so with their sales to being amazing. And the first thing that came to mind was epic, obviously, and then it was like 360. But if you do 360, you're going to end up in the same place you are originally. So we thought, okay, let's do 180, and that's a total change, and everything's positive there.
That makes sense. It really makes a lot of sense. And we were also talking about how things are changing in digital media, in the technology out there today. And why daily? I mean, I can barely learn something from a couple of years ago, and now I'm being told I've got to change that all around again. So let's talk to our viewers on how they can leverage their business, because that's what you do, right?
Right, yeah.
Online, where to go, where not to go. What is the best way, in your opinion?
Well, first, I think the best way to leverage what we have out there, all the social media, it can be crazy. You first have to figure out who you're going after. Like if you're business to business, LinkedIn might make more sense. If you're business to consumer, definitely Facebook. There's almost 2.5 billion people on Facebook, so 1 in 3 persons on Earth. Oh, yeah, 1 in 3 are on Facebook, and they know everything about us. Not because they're intrusive, but because we share it. When we signed up and we said, okay, you can know this information, and they share that with their advertisers. In a way, some people feel it's bad, but another way, it's actually good, because I wouldn't like to see advertisements that are totally unrelated to my interests and what I do. So that helps them, and they're testing stuff constantly. So that's why we see so many changes. Sometimes there is a different timeline on your phone than on mine, and in other countries they're testing other things to see what makes people stick and spend more time on Facebook. And I know we don't want to spend more time on it, but it's addictive because you want to see what other people are doing and the news and who's safe if something happens. So yeah, they're doing those tests to keep the customers or their end users engaged, right, and stuck to the application.
Engagement is the key. That's
Yes.
the key word. It really is. So would you say you're a lead generator, your business?
Yes, we specialize in generating leads on Facebook, so we help you reach your ideal customer. So right now I could say, like in this area, like 10, 12 miles around here, there's around 1 million users that are connected to Facebook each month. But if you want to be granular, let's say you have a restaurant and you want to do the offers like get a free dessert on your birthday, you can actually target people who have their birthday this month. And in this area, there's around 30,000 people that do that. And it's very specific, and it's very, actually, very right for people to see, like, hey, happy birthday, here's a dessert on us, come visit us. It's something they're gonna like, they're gonna come to your business, and that's obviously gonna increase the foot traffic to your business. So yeah, that's why we're doing that way.
So is it very costly?
It depends how you do it. If you don't plan ahead of time and don't know what you're doing, it can be very costly.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what it would
Yeah.
be for me. Because I don't know what
Not
I'm doing.
necessarily.
I'm just being honest. Is there anyone out there that feels like that, right? You go on Facebook, you have a business or 2 or 3 or whatever, and you really have to have that knowledge in order to get it out there. So give us a couple of tips on that.
My biggest tip, and I tell these to chamber members all the time, is if Facebook says this post is doing very well, boost it. Don't do it. Don't hit the boost button just because. Usually you're going to waste your money on that because Facebook is going to decide who it shows it to, and maybe your post is about kittens that have nothing to do with your business, and that's why it's so popular. So you have to think on what you want to get out of it. When you're posting, you have to have a call to action, right? So if you post something, and you can put as little as $1 a day on an advertisement, which is good. Some advertisements aren't to sell. Some advertisements are to educate, to get people to see your face, to be out there. And then you can also do targeting specifically for people who saw your video, who saw who read your blog, and say, okay, these people seem to be more relevant to me, so I'll show them an offer. I'll give them a coupon or something else that might interest them. But the key word there is interest them. We have to think about them all the time because Facebook has this balance. So if and they're very strict with their rules. If you're breaking Facebook rules, they're going to shut you down. So they want to keep you happy as an advertiser, giving you good prospects, but they want to keep the users happy, seeing good ads and seeing stuff that won't offend them and that are relevant to them, right?
So you said breaking the rules. Let's talk about breaking. What kind of rules are we talking about breaking on Facebook?
Well, Facebook has two kinds of rules. One are the community rules. So if you're in a group or you are posting on your timeline, that's part of the community groups, community rules, which you have to follow and not be offensive, fake news, stuff like that. Actually, a big error people do or businesses do is that they create a Facebook profile for their business, and Facebook specifically says that Facebook profiles are only for people, and you can only have one. So that would be one rule. So if people report you, they're going to close that account. Now on the advertising side, you can't be specific, like you can't make people feel bad. So if you're doing a weight loss ad and you feel fat and you show someone's belly and all that, they're going to cancel that ad and probably are going to cancel your account, right? Because you're.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it totally does.
Right,
I mean, because
right.
again, they want. Now, sometimes they go a little bit over the line. They've done tests where they show people not so good news every day, so to see how they react, and they notice that the viewership goes down. So they try to keep it positive, right, in a positive way. And yeah, you can't do advertise drugs, firearms, before and after pictures, because that gives you a bad feeling about yourself. You can't use hypey words, go after get rich quick, right? This is an amazing business opportunity because they know people are going to have a bad experience with that. And Facebook is not only monitoring what you advertise, but they monitor also where people go after they see your advertisement. So if you have an advertisement that's pretty inside the rules, but then you go to a website that it's breaking them totally, they're going to cancel you anyway.
I can think of more rule breakers.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
There's
I'm thinking,
a ton of them.
wait a minute, I see every single one of those things that you listed, right?
Yeah.
Because why? Because they can hide behind it, right?
That's very true.
They hide behind it, they do that. Don't get me started with that stuff.
And there's something people are going to say, oh, but I see these posts of people with a before and after and doing other things. And the thing is that probably they're posting on their personal profile, so that's not as strict.
But you can do that?
On your personal profile, you
Yeah.
can.
Oh.
But if you become too businessy on your personal profile, they can suspend you too.
That's what I've heard too, because I have had several friends that they cut them right off
Right.
because of that.
They
They
were
got back
too-
on eventually, but
They're
yeah.
doing too much promotions on their
Yeah.
personal profile.
Yeah.
And that's for your personal use, your friends. And something you have to be careful also is with groups, which are amazing. I mean, Facebook is all about community nowadays. They spent millions on the Super Bowl for their group ads. But if you have a group and you can have the most amazing and loving group that you want, if there are nasty people in the group and posting nasty stuff, you are responsible for that. So they can actually shut you down because someone else, so you have to monitor what's going on in your group to avoid that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm very careful on Facebook.
Yes.
I have a few thousand friends or whatever, and I'm more positive on my. But I have a question for you. What about? I am so not a computer whiz. Do you have to be a computer whiz to
No.
be able to do all this manipulating on social media?
No, not really. I mean, there are some apps out there that make it really easy. So basically, Facebook has your regular Facebook app. If you have a business page, you should download their business page app that allows you to manage it more easily, to post, schedule posts, see your statistics.
okay.
So that helps a lot. And definitely, you have to do things with a purpose. That's the most important thing. Like if you just do random things, imagine you would be paying a newspaper or a radio station to say random stuff. It's
Sure.
not going to work for your business.
Sure.
Yeah.
Makes sense. It makes a lot of
But
sense.
people think it's social, I'll just post whatever I'm doing, and then obviously they don't get results and Facebook doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. Well, there's a lot of good tips there. So you've been a member with the Chamber for how long? Did you say?
For a year.
Just a year?
Just a year. This
How's
month.
that been working?
Amazing. It's great.
In what way?
Well, in many ways. The support of the Chamber is amazing. We have actually lunch and learns every Wednesday. We have meetings with our members every week on Fridays. And getting to meet the people that are out there, that you're online and they see you sometimes, but getting to speak with people in person, those relationships that you build are incredible.
I'm glad that you mentioned that because ever since we've been doing these interviews with the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber, that is like their mantra. They're building relationships.
Yes.
And I feel like we're getting more back to those good old-fashioned
Yes, totally.
face-to-face handshakes with people, right?
Yeah.
Because you want to get to know people, and that saying, know, like, and trust, and all that kind of good stuff, right?
True, but you have to balance it. A lot of people feel that they can go online and just hide behind their computer and do their ads and not talk with anyone and make a sale, and that's not true. Like, you have to actually educate people. You can meet people in real life, and the good thing is that if you do an ad and you meet the people and they see you everywhere, then you have like omnipresence, and they're like, oh, this guy is into something, so yeah, I'd like to do business with them.
Well, it's more fun.
Totally.
It's way more fun to be able to sit there and talk like we're talking
Right.
here, and there's so many different events down here in Oldsmar.
Yes.
That you go out, you get to socialize, maybe talk a little business, maybe not, but you get to really educate yourself, and that's part of building the relationship.
Exactly.
Right?
Totally.
I mean, I know about the hotel right now. You know, we're here at the Hampton, and so when I leave the show today, I'll be able to talk about this and how many rooms they have. And then with you and your business sitting here doing our show and interviewing you,
Yeah.
I learned a whole lot. And it's going to change tomorrow, right?
Yes, most likely will.
Do you get any kind of little clues on what's coming down the pike?
Barely.
Barely?
Yeah, I had a friend that was in very good relationship with Facebook, and he mentioned something he heard in a meeting with them, and they canceled his account and sued him for 3 years. He was banned from Facebook. So if I were to know something, I can't tell you.
Oh, I see. I understand that. Well, I wish you luck with this.
Thank you so
because we
much.
all need as much help as I know I need as much help as I can get. How about you? But if you want to get a hold of Richard Osterude, his number is 813-906-5627, and really give you a shot at this, because
Thank you.
you sound like you've been really doing well with it, and we all need it. We need to be on that cutting edge with the digital age and our business.
Definitely. And I love to sit down with companies and see what they're doing, what they should be doing, and if it's even worth doing sometimes. But sometimes it isn't.
Yeah,
Like we've done
I
those.
see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to take them down a different route in social media
Yeah.
as opposed to the whole Facebook thing, because, I mean, I don't think Facebook's going anywhere.
No, I don't think
and
so.
if you want your business to stay intact, look into digital, look into the social media advertising, get a hold of Richard. And I want to thank you for joining us out there today on My Chamber TV. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
we'll be right back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community, and today we are featuring the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce. I'm your host, Barbara Marville Kelly, and we happen to have a very interesting guest who I know, if you have air conditioning here in Florida, which I hope you do, or if you don't, you may want to talk to our consultant, Manny Peraud. Thank you for coming on the show today.
You're welcome.
I can't wait for you to share what you do for those of us homeowners, those of us who have air conditioners, to avoid the pitfalls of being, do I dare say, taken advantage of?
Yes, that's for sure. That happens more often than not.
Why is that?
Well, lots of times the people come out to your house on commission only. If you're a service guy on commission only, you're honest with everybody all day long, and you go home and you say, hi, honey, I didn't make any money today, but I was honest. So they're put in a position that they have to sell you things that you may not need.
And I've been down that road before,
Yeah.
several times. So now you've been in this air conditioning business for about 50 years,
Yes.
correct? So today you're actually a consultant for various companies, right?
Right.
And so let's say I have had somebody come out to my house and I just didn't buy their story. You would be the person that I would call, right?
Sure. Or even better, call me first and I'll
Yeah, exactly.
you'll see the difference. But yes.
How do you determine which company to go with?
Well, not every company who I represent can do every job. Some guys can do jobs better in one way. They may not have access to that equipment. They may not know how to install that equipment, because some of the equipment is highly technical now, the multiple speeds and variations. So Joe Schmo can't put that system in right, and so basically you'll have a very expensive system not working correctly.
I see. So are there brands that you personally can recommend out there based on your experience? I mean, you have vast experience here.
Well, Train and Carrier are the two leading brands out there. They have been year after year after year. You go to multiple places. You can look that up and see it. But they are on the top. They're the ones that will last longer. They cost a little bit more, but they're with you longer rather than an inefficient system or an expensive system that, even though it has a 10-year warranty, you'll be dishing out money from year 2 on fixing it for labor.
Wow, yeah. And the average homeowner, I mean, we're not schooled in air conditioners or repair. So when someone comes out to the house, you take them at their word. And then you get knowledge about what really happens, right? And so they end up trying to sell you a bill of goods. And I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but my husband and I were taken advantage of when we were told that we needed some kind of copper piping and this and that and this and that. Chances are you said we probably didn't need it.
Probably not.
It was like $900.
Even worse.
Even worse, exactly. What kind of tips can you give our homeowners for ACs, especially down here in Florida? I mean, we work the daylights out of our air conditioners.
Well, first thing I say, leave the thermostat set at one setting. Don't move it up and down.
Okay.
It's less wear and tear on the system itself. If you're going to go out for a little while, just leave it on. It used to be that we used to have thermostats that were programmable and they were Energy Star rated. Well, Energy Star dropped that. They no longer use that. You're better off setting and forgetting. Okay. So that's one thing.
Okay.
So, if you have a service guy come out, you walk around with them. Don't go in the house and go on the phone.
I do that.
You need to walk around with him and see what's going on. Okay. Just stand right there. If he doesn't like it, then tell him to leave.
Well, I had to ask someone to leave because I just didn't feel right with what they were telling me.
Yeah.
And so I mean, this is the first time I've interviewed you as a consultant here on My Chamber TV, and I love this idea. I mean, just imagine if you have some issues with your air conditioner or you feel like you've been taken advantage of, if you call Manny, he can really give you some great advice and probably save a lot of money.
And I can end up giving him a price on a high-end system at a reasonable price because I deal with dealers who aren't looking to make a killing. They're looking to save a customer to have them from year to year and maybe put in another system 10 years from now, not just a hit and run.
Right, exactly. And so what made you get away from the other part of being in the business for 50 years?
Well, I owned my own company for a long time, and that's how I ran mine the correct way.
Yes.
Okay, and then when I came to Florida, I went, wow, I can't walk in somebody's house and do this. I don't do a dog and pony show. I don't sit you down and start talking until you're ready to scream or throw me out. So I come in, I look and see what you need, not what I need to sell you, because I'm not getting bonuses from anybody. Okay, I'm flat rate paid. Doesn't matter to me. So, and I'll just tell you what's best for you. Someone will say, well, you need a system that has a high SEER rating. And that's like miles per gallon, how well it works. Well, yes, very true. You will, the higher the SEER, the better, but what did you pay for it? If you paid an extreme amount for that and you divide out the difference between the less expensive one and that one, and you see that cost you $1,000, how long is it going to take for you to get that $1,000 back? I have a chart from TECO that shows you, and 9 out of 10 times when these guys quote them, you're never going to get your money back. The only one who got money was them. So I'm straight with them. I'll just say I'm like the sales prevention team.
I love it. I love this. So what is a high SEER rating for our viewers that aren't
SEER
familiar
rating is
with
seasonal energy efficiency ratio. It's like miles per gallon.
Oh, okay.
Is what it is. The same thing. And the higher that number, the better it is. The smaller your air conditioner is, the less you're going to get your money back, okay, because it doesn't use that much to begin with. So when I go to someone's house, again, I make sure that the SEER rating matches their budget and their house.
Okay, and that was one of my next questions is how you determine the size of an air conditioner for the size of your home.
Well, flat rate, for every 500 square feet a home in Florida, it's a ton of air conditioning. But I measure the house and we make sure some homes have better insulation. Better insulation, the smaller the unit you need.
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
You have a tighter house, you need a smaller unit.
I see.
know?
I see. That's really interesting. So you did explain what the sear is. The brands that you mentioned were Train and Carrier.
Right.
And they've been around a long time.
As long as me.
And me.
And you.
When
Yeah.
I was selling brand new homes way many years ago, those were the brands
Yeah,
that we were
Carrier
using.
was it.
Yeah.
Carrier was the first.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's
yeah.
and I was right there along with that.
And
so.
clearly, because you are an honest individual as a consultant and you're working with honest companies, so I would guess there has to be a match of enthusiasm there.
Sure. And I can walk around Publix and not worry about being attacked.
Isn't that the truth? That's a good one. So, the thing is, you have a question here, and this is probably a really good question because we get frantic when I am hot. Do not be around me. I can't handle it physically. I get sick from it. So I'm thinking, the first person that comes out to my home to sell me a new air conditioner, do I want to go with that? What is the first question that I want to ask? What is the knowledge that I need to know if I want to back off and maybe have a second opinion, like a doctor, right?
Well, first of all, they come in your house and they sit down with you and they want, even if you got talked into buying it, you still have 3 days to cancel because
Right.
they're in your home.
Right.
So don't feel like, oh, I gave him the money and I have to go with them. The law says you have 3 days to cancel.
Yes.
And that's very important because they won't tell you that.
No,
Okay.
no.
So I think 3 estimates is the best way to go. It should be written out in English.
Yes.
Exactly what you're getting, what you're not getting, okay? And so you can compare them because you don't want, you pick the low guy, and sometimes low guy, I'm the low guy lots of times, but I wrote everything I'm doing.
Sure.
So my competition says he's probably not doing something. No, it's in my contract. It doesn't say one system installed, or up to 15 SEER. I saw that on a contract the other day. Up to 15 SEER means it could be anything.
Anything,
And,
right.
and you sign that, what are you going to get? He's going to give you the lower end. You got
yeah.
to read those things.
Yeah, you've got to read those contracts.
Yeah,
and-
call me last. It's way better for all of us.
Yeah.
I should be the last company that comes out.
Yeah, exactly. And it's so nice to have somebody like you. Now, we have just about a minute remaining. You've been a member with the Chamber of Commerce for how long?
15 years.
15 years.
Yeah.
What does that tell? I know it's been working well for you, but you tell us in your words.
Well, I came here from Boston, as my accent probably still tells people, and I knew no one, and I ended up coming to the chamber, and I met person after person after person, and they become family, and they are my family, and I love them, and I can't say too much about them because there's just so many things they've done for me and I do for them. And chamber, they're my friends, and we pass work to one another. It's really a great chamber.
It is.
You know?
It is. And we were talking about that earlier about the relationship building, and that is what it's all about. And I'm glad that you mentioned about it feeling like a
Right.
family. I feel like it's like a family
It
when we
is.
do these interviews.
I run the relationship building meetings every Friday. We have them in the morning and the afternoon, and we have 30 to 50 people there. And Renee Garcia and I run this meeting, and we love it, and we love doing
That's
it.
awesome. Thank you so much,
You're
Manny, for
welcome.
being on here. If you have any questions, give Manny a call. Thanks for being with us. We'll be right
Thank you.
back. Hi, everyone. Welcome back into My Chamber TV. We are the heartbeat of the Tampa Bay community. I'm your host, Barbara Marville Kelly. We're featuring the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber of Commerce, and I just happen to have member of the board, Mr. David Franek.
Yep.
18 years, did you say?
Yep, 18 years, going on
my-
18 years.
Now, what does that say? That says a lot of credibility.
Says we have a great chamber.
We were just talking about that during the break. Absolutely. So you're here to talk about a lot of the different events, but you have a couple businesses. Let's just talk about that real quick.
Sure, I'm a member of the chamber through my two businesses, Lightning Technology Group and Thunder Media. Lightning Technology Group is a managed service provider. We do A to Z IT support, and Thunder Media is web and social media.
And that is all the rage today.
Yeah, we're very busy.
Very busy. I guess so. We need the experts like yourself to help us through with our businesses and all that social media stuff.
Sure, we help our clients navigate that. We work with the Chamber. We support the Chamber's technology, the Chamber's website. We're available to our Chamber members, even if it's just for general discussions and giving them information, even if they don't go with us. So we make ourselves available to help people navigate the technology world.
Building relationships, right?
Quite a few.
Oh, absolutely. So I love, love, love Oldsmar Days.
Sure.
And I know that's coming up right around the corner here.
It's time again.
It is time. You talk about an exciting event. I mean, it has anything and everything. Food, beverages, you name it, it has it all.
Yeah, we have 2 great events in the area, Oktoberfest every year.
And that one,
and
yes.
then Oldsmar Days. And like you said, it's right around the corner, March 27th, 28th, and 29th. So it's here again. It's a great event. Everybody's excited about it. It runs for 3 days, and there's a lot to tell you about what's going on.
That, that's a long time, 3 full days.
We want to celebrate Oldsmar.
I know.
There's a lot to celebrate.
That's right. Let's get started. So you have several different bands, right? So let's start with Friday. How do we roll this out?
Sure. So it starts Friday evening, so the carnival will be up and running on Friday to get started. We have a Stones and Janis Joplin review band headlining Friday night, so that's some good classic rock and roll that'll be there. And then we also have, at the same time, we have a classic VW car show with a group called Local Volks. Volks with a V.
I love that.
So there'll be some great old buses, Beatles, Carmen Gias, things like that. So we kick it off Friday night and get it rolling.
That sounds like fun. And then it's all day Saturday, right?
Yes.
And into the night?
Yes, all day Saturday into the night. Now, of course, the big thing for the community on Saturday will be the parade. So we have a great parade. We have floats. We have local organizations, the kids, baseball teams and Cub Scouts and all kinds of different organizations will be in the parade, and that starts at 11 a.m. on Saturday.
Oh, how fun. So who puts the floats together? Different organizations? What about businesses? Do businesses get involved too?
Yeah, the businesses create floats. The Chamber typically gets the Tico float, so I think we'll have the Tico float in there. So, we'll have a wide range of different floats, from small and some larger ones, and it gets better every year.
This is the real deal. It really, I mean, I don't think there's anything that you leave left out. Sunday.
Well, Saturday, I still want to say on Saturday, after the parade, things will move into Ari Olds Park, and we're going to have bands all day. We'll have a couple opening bands, and then everybody likes Stormbringer, so Stormbringer will be our headliner for Saturday. In addition to that, we will have the carnival still open, and we will have our classic Oldsmobile car show. So, Oldsmar was founded by R.E. Olds and the Oldsmobile, and that's why there's a car theme, as well as many other themes, but there's a car theme. So we have the Volkswagens on Friday night, but the big car show is Saturday with the classic Oldsmobiles, like the old 442s and things like that. So
fun.
A lot of activity all day long on Saturday. We have vendor booths, lots of food, beer, and arts and crafts and things like that. So really, it runs all day. Cars, music, food, everything you could want.
It's like a 3-day event that you really need to plan for. I mean, just come down here, stay here at the Hampton, right? Our show goes all over, and if you're thinking of coming down to Florida, while the weather's still really beautiful right now, and check out the Oldsmar Days. I know that there's nothing that you would want for or that you need to ask for, because it's all there. What kind of foods are they bringing up? I know for Oktoberfest we talk about the German foods.
Right. So this is going to be typical fair vendor type stuff. You're going to have everything there, from turkey legs to gyros to basically there'll be vendors there. Though I'm sure there'll be a wide range of food, and nobody will go hungry.
And is there a cost for this?
Nope, it's free. It's always free to attend. And the big thing is it really is a celebration of Oldsmar. We have a great relationship with the city, so this is really brought to you in a combination of the Upper Tampa Bay Chamber and the city. And it's a big event, and it's meant, for the citizens, not only in Oldsmar, the surrounding area, to celebrate what Oldsmar has to offer, life in the Upper Tampa Bay area, the Oldsmar area, what we call UTB life. And it'll be a great weekend.
It is going to be a great weekend. And when do you guys start planning something like this? Right after the last one?
Yes, it's pretty much year round. We'll have a little bit of a break after tear down, and then we always have a committee meeting, just go over what went well, and we start planning for next year.
Do you have, do you have the same bands? Because these sound like they're different ones.
We do rotate in some new bands when we find them, and Mark at the Chamber, he's kind of in charge of interviewing the bands and lining up the talent, but certainly we have some of the same ones that are popular, like Stormbringer every year. And on Sunday we have Ronnie D and the Superstars, and everybody likes them, and so they'll be the headliner on Sunday.
Oh, I tell you, there is just so much to do, and it is just fun, and the weather is still so perfect right now.
The weather's going to be perfect this time of year, and if there's any little blip, it'll be over in 5 minutes. And at Olds Park, you're right there on the water. You can't have a better view of the water and the pier. And then the evening, you're going to have the sunset going down while the bands are playing. Look, this is just really a great weekend to celebrate Oldsmar and the kickoff of spring and going into summer. There's no better time to do it.
I know, and it's very well known. Outside in the entire Tampa Bay area, people come from all over, don't they?
They come from all over, and especially some of the Oldsmobile enthusiasts will be there for Saturday, and they bring their cars in from all over.
Sure.
So, it's going to be a regional event, but certainly with a local focus.
And with families too. It's very family oriented.
With the carnival there, it's going to be extremely family oriented. And I don't want to leave out Sunday. Rolling into Sunday again, we have the Superstars as a headliner, and we have our famous Wings War.
So tell us about that.
So we're going to have local restaurants. I'm not sure I have all of them, but Rumba's and Ford's, Jack Willie's, and Whiskey and Wings, and several others, and they're really going to compete for that coveted, champion wing war trophy. So,
that sounds like fun.
Yeah. So,
are you one of the judges?
No, I won't be one of the judges. Well, maybe depends. If they ask me to be, I'll be one.
That really. What's your favorite part of Oldsmar Days?
Well, I'm a little biased because I have a 65 split window bus, so I'll come to that VW show on Friday night.
Oh, there you go.
Really, the whole thing, the music's great. So, I like to catch the bands and, sit out in front and, grab a beer. And really, the whole thing, it's just, there's no shortage of anything to do.
That was the right answer. Winner, chicken dinner. No, I'm just kidding. But really, it is exciting, and I always love promoting it, too, on my Chamber TV. So you've been with the Chamber for going on 18 years.
That's correct.
Give us a little overview on your involvement. You're a member of the board now.
Sure.
And obviously, it's because it is a great chamber.
Yeah, it's grown over the years, especially the last 10 years or so. We came out of the recession with a head of steam, and really we're probably one of the stronger chambers in the area, and it's because our program of work. I want to thank the Hampton for hosting today, and you saw some of our business members here today. That's us helping them get exposure.
Yes.
That's what we do. We build relationships and we help our businesses. But we're here for the community as well. So, we put on the big events for the community. We have trade shows, job fairs. A few years ago, we put a focus on establishing nonprofits and a culture of corporate giving. That's grown to over 30 nonprofit members. And now we have a liaison, Wendy Roper. And I think Jen mentioned that earlier. As you see, we're bringing in nonprofits and building that culture of corporate giving. So there's just so many things that the Chamber does. Networking groups, governance issues. We work with local politicians. We bring them in to speak during election season. So, I could just go on and on.
I
The
know.
Chamber's very, very active. We have an economic development group. We brought on Doug Beavis to head that up. You know, Jerry Custon had been involved for years and just recently retired, and we're really looking forward to what Doug brings to the table from our relationships with local government. And he's been on boards like the Transportation Board and other things, so he's going to really step up our economic development effort.
Great. Love to hear it. Thank you so much. And it's great to have you with us. Thanks for joining us on My Chamber TV.